Uganda captive having started some systems are right near the stealing money, they get a lawyer, mercy money. The steal my vehicles, that steal my homes. They possibly say to give her money, maybe Hollywood will give her an acting job with that. So we're waiting to see if Steven Spielberg will give her a job or not. Oh, and it can be Brianna Kay that offers her a movie role. It has to be Steven Spielberg. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm born. Who's gifting me money today? Watch movie today. It's a good headache. Been laughing at these. Possibly since like 2018, I realized that I was gonna run out of money. I'm so good. Being on social media for a while until people give me money. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I miss you. I miss you. What else? What else? What else? You thought the other host que le paga así like esta tag. El novio de él que no lo defiende. Y la jeva. Y el jevo que no lo defiende en ese caso. What else? What else? What else? Más gente que no lo defiende. Porque violan, mata y roban para ganar admiración. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I want to eat here in the sun. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. What do I like from here? I like this. This is a huge favorite, but I eat it with pork because what else would you want to eat it with? I've done this before, just had tostones with the side of meat. What else? What else? What else? This one's always a favorite. I haven't tried the pizza just yet. The that might be like good to try. What else? I've had la isla de plátano. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I think I've tried that once. Not entirely sure. These are like los orillitos. What else? 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 I like this one. Who's gifting money today? More. Anyways, more gente que possibly take a lot más de la plata. Y se queda rincón, sí, es the same. Y el encojonado porque no aparece en el celular. And Don't I have some in my home that he steals from me? Yo no se burla de él. ¿Cuántas fotos tomó él con Bad Bunny también en mi casa? Sin mi permiso. Bueno, sí. Oh, that's interesting. There's one on those little bites of plátano after the plátano is cooked. Like a plátano store in it. Oh, that's not your problem. My list cooking for myself. I was this in December. What else? I'm more. He wants to suggest that I work there while he steals my money. Oh, Jorge. Oye, Jorge se queda en mi casa sin mi permiso. Hola, whatever. Her nickname starts with C, Gucci, Cuero, Aquerosa, Puerca. Leslie, el otro Jorge. They stay in my homes without my permission. They steal my vehicles. They steal my money. They get in the way of me receiving money. They're stupid. Some of them. Some people like me may not do anything wrong. Yo sé que Leslie, él dijo de que se queda en mi casa sin mi permiso, como así. Wow, imagine. When does she start? Dinonesco, they're disgusting, they're deplorable, you can decapitate. I still don't know if it's Leslie Munoz or Muñiz. And I'm sticking to that penalty for her. What else? That's how insignificant they are. They're disgusting. What else? What else? What else? What else? I am bored. I'm gonna cook for myself. Then I don't have electricity in my apartment. So my previous video ended with me laughing at Roma Villancuero and Legendary Sosa Suarez and Marilyn Lopez. But I wanted to see why Jenny Legendary just didn't all these 30 years and Andrew with the money that he still from Randy. But I wanted to see what Roma Villancuero did with Andrew with the money that he steals from Randy. But I wanted to see what Marilyn Sosa with Andrew with the money that he steals from Randy. They think that I'm gonna produce a show for them. That I know what they want and I'm gonna produce. You can decapitate la Roma Villancuero esa, you can decapitate Julian Larissa Suarez, you can decapitate Marilyn Monroe. I cook for myself. What else? Voy pensando lo mismo. Anyways, that was my Jugadish one. Anyways, I'm just cooking for myself. And I wanna read. I was cooking for myself. I'm gonna shop. Chicken and you can decapitate me who means what is sometimes that rape me to steal my money. They get in the way of me receiving money. They retaliated because I don't ever ask them on a date. Well, they steal my money to date them. And they parade themselves with hoes like themselves. all over the phone. What money do they steal from me? Thank you, madam. I'm gonna use that to stop it. And be like, no, don't be with Roman. Be like, what be with me? It's deplorable. Cerebro de mi mente. Tipo cola. Ya que tú. ¿Lo vas a ir para una mención? Cerebro de mi mente. Or someone from cerebro de mi mente would be having a hate crime towards someone. No, whatever. Some of you ladies on Instagram in particular. Maybe like last night. And they were just there. Finally, and I said, I think this ghost is coming soon. I'm gonna behave just for tonight. And they're not even giving them compliments. They're like, finally, they got it very nice for him. They didn't rise. Anyone they didn't punch anyone in the middle of sight saying that one's mine. Oh, he's looking big and pussy left and right. I want. Where is my home? But I am knows and she can Google Maps and be para like people comment. Y Google Maps and pinpoints and mira la casa de ay. Y ella diciendo que es homeless. Mira la piscina, mira los caballos, mira hasta un caballo se ve ahí. In 2020, stealing money from people. They steal my homes, they steal my vehicles, they get in the way of me receiving money, and then they pitch to people. They're like, who is Nancy Grace producer que es americano y que solo puedo guardar pendejo? No, befriend that one. And she says, look, tía caballos, staff, mira la sirvienta ahí, la piscina. Yo soy la que no tengo casa. Y el producer de Nancy Grace doesn't know me. Le vale un pelo porque yo no fui la que lo busqué a él. So, para sacarse a Jennifer asquerosidad bonita de encima, that's her middle name, right? He says, well, how much do you think that costs her with caballo y piscina and stuff? It's just they have the number blurred out. They find out who the architect is. El costo de la arena por si cualquier se va a la quiebra. And they blur out a number like they're ready for it. Not like, no, that's not why I saw you. It's like, so whatever, contact my accountant, here's your phone number, and he'll make a donation so you can get yourself a home, whatever. In the meantime, I have homes in Puerto Rico for money for me to be polyamorous and that I've never stayed in and that she has stayed because she's stolen my key along with these asquerosidades. Instead, in my home that I'm meant to be polyamorous with, I want to curate because back then, based on my crushes, my parents are like seven boys. They make it dudoso, so he can have his private home, like in the area. If you want to, for your like quick, I want to have a baby and I want to be here. And he wanted to stay as a guest in his own home. So they could have even an extra home in the area, but not so close. I can't remember. And he was saying that could so he's still my personal home. Y se invita a él, 7 de su hermano, quizás 4 que I don't ever want to see their penises. Maybe I have brothers very high que tienen Colombia. And I want to meet through the right channels. That's why I don't talk to my home privately. Not through him. I don't want to meet him. Like, this is my half brother and ruined that for me. What if he has a half brother CEO material that I want to meet on my own? If we run into each other, it should be on them. So él se queda en mi casa que I'm meant to be polyamorous with and hires people to stay there to put my paper because they're porn addicts. Here for this shit. What else? So, Cena, he shouldn't be in. Like, this most likely that he wants me to show and be like, pero míralo ahí, el que puerco en mi casa with my apron. Yo no voy a sacar todo mi día para estar hablando de él. He's terrible. And I hate that there's a word that describes it. I need money for food. Who's gifting me money? So Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo thought that I would see what Alex has been doing in the past 30 years with the money that he steals from me. Yadira Chaparro thought that they were going to see everything that Alex Suarez does in the past 30 years with the money that he steals from me. You can decapitate Yadira Chaparro, you can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo. They're snoopers, they're stalkers, they're disgusting. Who's giving me money today? Who's gifting me money? Who's gifting me money? I'm gonna pay this in full today. They want to say that I'm responsible because they're stuck in that I was a toddler when they last raped me. That was before Alex's birth. So they drag Alex through the mud of like, atrévete a tocarla o ponerle el pene encima. Ella sin mi permiso te mato. Literally, Alex was in my bedroom one day and he showed up saying that he was going to have David Ledesma rape me in a few years. I deal with it very well because they're trying. Their dad explained it to me. Well, I didn't even remember that they exist. I don't have a correlation of Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo with these disgustingness. So their dad will never love again. So that's why I laugh at them. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. Stitch today. You're gonna decapitate Julia Prince, un puerco asqueroso. After my vagina pictures, you can decapitate her because I started to rape me. What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Liz Sinales. You can decapitate Wilda Acevedo. You can decapitate decapitate Victor Papi Cajigas. You can decapitate Evelyn Lawrence. I said hi. I didn't even remember. Isn't they're still alive? Full chaos. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? No one else go. Anyways, I'm gonna cook for myself today. Let's go to my money. I'm gonna shop at HEB and normally. I'm gonna shop at HEB and normally. Just give me money. I'm bored. I want to paint today. And I don't look just in my apartment. Damn, it's dirty. It's dirty. So what he did is he steals these paintings that I paint because he's a art forger and a rapist and a murderer and thief. And he goes on and creates picks a painting that I paint and say, I painted this. Then he steals it, screenshots it, possibly creates a very bad quality image, or has someone Photoshop it very pretty, and then goes on and say, aquí tengo. Have you seen them? All my seniors. He would steal my art where he's like, I'm playing into the fantasy that Arlene is the artist y la que me lo mama es la mujer. Porque Arlene como una menorita toddler. Look at me, I just play with my crayons y no me lo mama. So aquí les tengo a Jennifer Bonilla. In this lovely print that Arlene printed as a toddler. Also, the hacker day, and you saw my birth certificate. They're as stupid as going to say, don't talk about our ages. So I never say that I'm 44. Y aquí te tengo a María Luisa con este motif que Arlene pintó como una toddler que no me mama el pene y María sí. Mami, no mames, if I say those words, mami. And he's a drug addict. What else? Aquí te tengo a Ginny Gendaliris Suárez. En un custom fabric. Arlene pintó como una toddler menorita asquerosa que no me dan nada en el pene. Y Ginny Gendaliris sí. You can decapitate my family and slaughter sons and sons that rape me, that steal from me, that get in the way of receiving money, that steal my money, that steal my homes, that steal my vehicles, that rape people illegally to pretend to be me, that are trying to rape me, that have drugged me and rape me. You can decapitate genies and other sons and Suarez, que me roba mi dinero, stays in my homes without my permission, steals my money, is an illegal prostitute, bruta. You can decapitate Maria Luisa Rosa, you can decapitate Jennifer Bonilla. What else? 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 And I've yet to sell a piece of my artwork on eBay. I don't have money to network. A lot of people won't buy if they know if one is a victim of abuse. They're like, no, give her money to network first. I painted with Jaden last year. Jaden visited me last year, so lovely. What else? 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 I want to paint today and there's no electricity in my apartment. I want to cook for myself today and there's no electricity in my apartment. shop HEB money. You can decapitate my homies, so the sons are rape me to steal my money, they get in the way of receiving money. I'm talking the FBI, Miss Post, NATO, Interpol, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department in the United States. Maybe the Army, maybe the U.S. Marines, maybe the U.S. Navy. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. So the sons that rape me, that steal my money, they get in the way of me receiving money. That steal my vehicles. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Who's gifting me money today? Let that picture now, please. Oh. In the meantime, we're se la pasa con una pancarta con el phone bill de María Luisa Rosa. El de ella está pago. So he's a misogynist trying to kill me for refusing to have sex with him. So he se hunde más y se cubre caca with más caca. People are like, if you're not guilty, you don't have to be bringing up other people's phone bills and say, this one hasn't paid and sucks my dick. Bruto still does not. What else? I'm bored. Did I finish? Radar. I'm looking for a radar. What else is gifting me money today? They think now that I'm not hip, that I'm not cool, because I don't have a cell phone. So what he's trying to play is the stupidity that he thinks that he knows what Hollywood is. So he steals my money and gets in the way of me receiving money in retaliation for me not sucking his dick, not having sex with him, whatever. And he wants you all to know that that's what I get for being an LA girl with Gloria Lisa's heritage. That I can't even pay for my phone. And a girl like Jennifer, that's so humble from Puerto Rico, can pay her phone. Doesn't understand marketing, doesn't understand branding. And nunca he ido a ir a no Burger LA, Target, the Westfield Mall. Ew, 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 ew. He's stupid, they're dumb, and they celebrate. They're like, I'm better than those girls in LA. I got my phone paid. Then let's go. They're stupid. You know what the caveat here is? Why they're all trying to kill people that are happy with themselves and amongst each other. They don't get to be cheerleaders. Still, And I like her sisters try to kill each other because they didn't get to be cheerleaders in school. And then they want to kill me porque I'm happy with not having been a cheerleader. What else? What else? What else? What else? Or they were, because I think there was an activity where I had pom poms during the field day. Oh, I did that once. I can't remember. They always want to be the cheerleaders, like hottest cheerleaders, some shit like that. What else? What else? What else? That's why he rapes them or gets raped by them. And says that's why it's imperative that you don't get fat like Arlene and you don't lose your figure. So they could be eating breadsticks. You're solo quita eso, tú no vas a comer eso, tú tienes que quedar flaca. They make no sense. They don't understand any concept. They're stupid. In the meantime, Sunday my girlfriend me campaign to people through Instagram. I'm bored. I just said my girlfriend me campaign to people through Instagram. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. Who does Fashion Nova Novelas? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. So he's trying to kill me and trying to gauge what my lifestyle is. How is it with one of those guys that are actually men that she could have introduced me to and I would have cried and be like, still wear a diaper at night because I cry myself to sleep and I don't want you to find out about that. Is metiche as fuck. That's why he's trying to lure me in to have a conversation privately. Or that I talk to Jennifer or that I talk to anyone else. Dan un asco. Dan un asco. What else? You can decapitate Jennifer Bonilla. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo's sons. That rape me, that steal my money, that get no way of mercy of money. That steal my vehicles and steal my homes. It's June 1st, 2025. I wonder what I will do on my birthday, June 19th, 2025. Doesn't he have Jennifer Bonilla like lingerie here, roses todo el mes? Pretending that she's me? And he thinks that I'm going to take him out on a date. He thinks that they do referral that I go on to find out. So, en mi cumpleaños de 1929, donde te llevo, ok, tomando notas, ¿sabes llegar a ese restaurante? So, quizás le diga que para mi cumpleaños 25 me lleve ahí. Thank you for the information, Leo Prostitute. Él se cree que yo soy pendeja, que me lo creo, que él está practicando de cómo llegar a España con una mujer. Well, he hires an illegal prostitute to later not stress out with me. With who? If I'm never taking him out on a date, he steals from me. He's disgusting. He's deplorable. And then my siblings no quieren zafar, tirarme encima because they're tired of raping him. So they're like, dale, 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 Arlene, ahora es your turn y yo me voy a ir a España, me voy a buscar un novio. Un hombre de verdad. Mientras se usan. They're embarrassing. I'd rather be celibate when I'm financially stable. I will date. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. So, reader is what I'm looking for here. What else? In the meantime, Richie watches me and says Evelyn is better than her. Evelyn complains and cries and kills Evelyn. At least Evelyn sucks my dick every week. Arlene doesn't, so Evelyn's better than her. They're deplorable. They're disgusting. Hi, Delicious. You can decapite Jennifer Bonilla, que ya se está poniendo en 4 desde ahora. Y mi cumpleaños es el 19. Mientras él le está enviando flores con el dinero que me roban, haciendo planes de dónde la va a llevar as an illegal prostitute on my birthday. And he thinks I'm going to stop him and beg him, be like, no, take me out. Huh? He's stupid. I don't support him being alive ever. What else? What else? What else? What else? I just worked. I need to use the restroom. I want to visit this place. I'm gonna take myself there. What is there to eat nearby? And what will I wear? Or a dress, or shorts and a top. What happened here? Oh, snakes is so man. Who's gifting me money today? I am bored. Those are nearby. I've heard of Cinco. I don't think I've ever been there. That's where he rapes. No. What else? Like, there's some restaurants that resonate with me that I'm like, I don't want to run into him there. Like, I want to dine and not kill him in self-defense. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. So there's a middle. What is time? What else? 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 I'm bored. No said they think they're in fila. Jennifer Bonilla wants to show me that he took her to Tsunami, that he took her to Sonido del Mar, to Pura Vida Creative Kitchen with the money that they steal from me. So they think that in the comments, the staff of Pura Vida are gonna be like, yo voy a la foto de ellos mientras pagaron computadores sin tu permiso. Y mira aquí, people know better that I wouldn't waste their time. It's like, dude, you could have gotten late. In those 5 minutes of taking that picture, yourself, I'm not trying to ruin your sex life. So thank you for not ruining mine. What else? What else? I'm bored. I am bored using the restroom. Anyway, so you can look up to Jennifer Bonilla, la eterna teenager. So Jennifer Bonilla's mad that she didn't get to see what Natalie Ashwood does with Andrew Soros in the past 30 years with the money that they steal from me. Possibly. What else? Who's gifting me money today? Who's gifting me money today? What else? What else? Who's gifting me money today? Oh, they want to try to give the impression that you can't make it in this man as an influencer or on social media ever. That's why they steal from me. The irony of it all, who got you on TikTok? Him with money that he steals from me. Just to see your tetas every morning while you do hot yoga. It's like, ay, está sudadita. Did you even want to do hot yoga? Or the hot yoga was your idea? They're terrorists. They're embarrassing. They're deplorable. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I am bored. I'm sending my GoFundMe campaign to people through Instagram. Who's gifting me money? I have fees that I want to pay today. 2 villas at Eco East. What else? What else? What else? My siblings want to rape me, so they go on stealing from me and getting the way of Mercy money. Trying to see how much Anderson Cooper would have given them for me, or his wife, or his mother-in-law. It's like, will they give her for a bedstick or entire farm? And they want to tell people that I'm irresponsible. Look, I have a past due. OMG, I have a past due bill. So to these people that are porn addicts and rape addicts, I'm not the mother of Jaden Kaylani that does hustles and eats at the library. I'm like, oh, I'm happy right now. I'm like shopping vibes for all of you at the library in his head because my bill is past due. While he steals my dollars and gets in the way of me receiving the dollars. I'm in San Antonio, Texas right now. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. What else? What else? What else? Who's gifting me money today? Who's gifting me money today? So what is up, Pura Vida? Creative Kitchen. Do they have money on them? Also, Jennifer Bonilla is mad because she thinks that I'm gonna pimp her. I need to show you her nudes, her showering scene, her dining at Pura Vida Creative Kitchen with one of these bitches that isn't even a man. A portfolio of sorts and be like, someone take her on, make her a decent woman. She doesn't know how to be a woman just herself for herself. Kill her. They're disgusting. They're so gross. I will even show you what they speak about behind the scenes. What else? What else? A Facebook page will suffice if I want to see pictures. If they have them. Sometimes they just show pictures of venue with all the food there. Photos. Who's gifting me money? Who's gifting me money? Is that like a Parks Knowledge? So, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. 4.3 on you. If that's it. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. What else? Who's gifting me money today? What is this? What else? What else? What else? What else? I try this place. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people ideally polyamorous. I'm excited about that. Who's I want to pay this today. And I don't have money. I have another 11 months of Velasquez. You can decapitate everyone that has tried to traffic me into poverty. So Benjamin Suarez and sus sons raped me in my parents' home. Y la puedo llevar a ella y a Natalie en mi Bugatti por toda España. It's like that I was so close to killing her y no me dejaron. I didn't remember what it is that she does and why I want to kill her in self-defense. Porque I suffer from amnesia and I don't give a fuck. So much that I don't dwell on, like, these people right now are stealing from me. So I saw her, I'm like, huh? What else? 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 You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and sus sons that rape me, that steal my money, that get in the way of my saving money. Then while they rape me in my parents' home, the money that they have to date me, they were using to take Jennifer Bonilla, that is the sure thing orgasm and not a toxic person. And having in the car and everything. And that, wow, like in the what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Dangasco. They're embarrassing. They're so gross. I don't ever want this shit near me. It's stupid. It steals my homes. It steals my vehicles to rape me. And then take any fucking cuero asquerosa que le abre las patas y usa drogas con él o lo deja usar drogas al frente de ella. Out and about dancing and this can traffic like 50 people one night to rape when I'm like, I respect people. Decades ago. Don Rasco, you can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo. They thought that I was going to show videos of her in dresses and peinado exclusivo as the ladies of Andrew Suarez and Arlene is with him with the money that he steals from Arlene and she steals from Arlene. They're mocking polyamory. They're so gross. They're disgusting. I can't say this enough. You can decapitate Yolanda Suarez Lorenzo, stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicle, steals my money, gets in the way of my receiving money, while he was raping me in my parents' home. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Por si quieres intentar una relación. Intentar, porque nosotros te vamos a tratar de matar para quedarnos con este macho que parece Gary, que tan lindo y tú lo has visto con los canas. to me is not any more pretty than any other pretty man. They're embarrassing. They're so gross. Ew, they're disgusting. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. Ella se cree que yo voy a llorar. No, ella está en crush con Evelyn. Qué sad. Es domingo. Quizá está en pura vida Creative Kitchen en la playita. Esta basura that wants to traffic me into a wheelchair so that my siblings rape me and bathe me so I can't date ever because he wants to be the prettier one out of me and him. He kills anyone that has intelligence. He's is that it was so much easier if I did drugs and raped and stole and illegally prostituted myself. Then he wouldn't get a headache that I'm like the only person in hundreds of people that knows how to behave and is a woman. That's because he's after incompatible that says, okay, you can do drugs, pero me vas a pagar por esto para que a mí yo me excite sexualmente, me tiene que regalar literalmente eso, todo eso. They're disgusting. They don't understand sexuality either. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I want to visit the beach next month. What else? I'm bored. And I have a headache. What is Panaderia Bonsoao Coffee Bakery? Maybe I want to visit. Oh, I want to be at Domingo next week. I want to shop at H&M today. I try this. Maybe. What is it? Pescadito. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So they're mad that I'm not showing the pictures of them pimping themselves al pescadito para que otro venga y se lo lleve de los brazos de Albert. They're trying to pimp themselves through my Facebook. As if someone please take this away. Mira qué linda Gloria Margarita se ve. En esa blusa, esos trajes, so they want compliments from me because they're rapists and they're porn addicts, they're so gross. Mira Sonia Alvarado, Gustavo Cáceres y Gloria Margarita, todos en la misma cama y que no se conocen. Entonces, someone take me this off my hands. They want to try to make me look like I'm a pimp. Someone take this off my hands so I can have my husband back. You can decapitate Gloria Margarita Cartagena. You can decapitate Gustavo Cáceres. You can decapitate Sonia Alvarado Chapman. They stay in my homes without my permission, steal my vehicles, and get in the way of me receiving money. They're deplorable. They're so gross. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. You can decapitate Sylvia Rivera. You can decapitate Valeria Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Guillermo Carreras just for me and dating him. What else? 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 You can decapitate Rosaura Soto Rosa. You can decapitate Beatriz Nieves Vargas. You can decapitate Yolanda Suárez Lorenzo, que se queda en mi casa sin mi permiso. Me roba mi vehículo, me roba mi dinero y gets in the way of receiving money para ser la pareja ideal de su sobrino. Porque ellos se ven like, wow, in Atlantic City, New York City, wow, and World Trade Center, dining together on Saturday night, wow, just wow. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. You can decapitate Sylvia Rivera. You can decapitate behind me, sorry, so it's a sunset, steal my money, get in the way of me receiving money, so that Ezio Rivera sexually harasses me to mock me that if I were his wife, I wouldn't get treated like that. Huh? He doesn't practice self-respect ever. ¿Cómo que si yo no me caso con él, Ezio Rivera me va a violar? Yeah. He steals my money, he steals my homes, he gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my vehicles, has illegal hookers in my homes. ¿Usted cree que yo voy a correr a los brazos de él? Da un asco. Every fucking pendeja que él vio en una telenovela, he wants to recreate. He's so dumb, stupid. I don't want that in my life ever. You can decapitate Madeline Acevedo Lorenzo. What else? What else? What else did me? Through Facebook. Well, she steals from me, gets in the way of me receiving money, stays in my homes without my permission. I love the city's condition. What else? 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 Tengo un asco. You can decapitate Berenice Venegas, that groupie de my vagina, que wants to take me out of the dating game like them, so that she can be the woman on Tinder. They're embarrassing themselves. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo, gets in the way of me receiving money. She steals my home, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, trying to rape me. And these pendejos can also try to facilitate that for her. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. I miss they know it's money. Miss they know it's money. I miss they know it's money. Duncan's a go-getter said to me that if I can't provide for Jada and Kehlani, he'll provide for Jada and Kehlani, but he won't provide for me if I'm not living with him. So I seek the death penalty for whoever steals from me. You can decapitate Kayla Mars, you can decapitate Sarah Francis, you can decapitate Berenice Venegas. Just to see them all six together. Wow! ¿Cómo que wow? ¡Qué sexteto, Dios mío! En la cama se ven bien, pero por una cosa. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons that rape me, that steal my money, that steal the way, that get in the way of me receiving money, that steal my vehicles, that are trying to rape me, that have drugged me and had people rape me. He's delusional if he thinks that I'm gonna take him out on a date because he says like JVA, talk about like if one date doesn't, a woman doesn't date based on skill. Este sabe llegarse a la portada mensual de este que me va a comer. That's what they're doing. They're disgusting. What else? Those are prettier. Those brown. That is so weird, but so relatable. What else? Anyways, sending my GoFundMe campaign to someone through Instagram. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Porque uno de ellos ocupa todos sus viernes bailando con Ginny Jandaliris hasta que yo esté disponible y le quiera ocupar ese espacio. So he's like, I don't invite a alguien que, a woman of worth, porque then I may not want to leave it for early on those Fridays. So he's like, I just hire a legal prostitute Ginny Jandaliris a bailar todos los viernes. Y el día que alguien se decida invitarme a bailar, yo digo, Ginny Jandaliris, May, gracias por tu tiempo. Yo quiero que él se mate. Él tiene dinero, so that I date him, y me lo roba para que yo no le pueda quitar su tiempo bailando con un suave. What else? That they're like, she can't see us dancing because in the dance floor we're like this, like so sensual and touching ourselves and other people. Like, Eileen can't see us because then she's gonna get turned on and wanna be with us. Still, they think that they're important. Oh, they think they're la religión es aleluya. It's like a toddler. So no one sees me. Okay, size. Like con estos leggings, estos t-shirts, estos tenis. I don't appeal anyone sexually, pero yo me pongo ese traje de lentejuelas y me peino el pelo así. Y me pongo una gotita de maquillaje nada más acá. Y entonces toda la gente está like, wow. What else? Dan un asco. I want Benjamin Madison. It's the sons that rape me. That's the only money that get in the way of me receiving money to kill themselves today. It's June 1st, 2025. Chop chop. There's people in Aguada, Puerto Rico that have immunity to kill them in self-defense. They steal my money, they steal my homes, they steal my vehicles, they get in the way of me receiving money. They've raped me, they've drugged me, they've had people rape me. One of them crying that he doesn't want his parents to give me compliments. Well, in his presence while I'm not even there. Decades ago. They're deplorable, they're disgusting. You can decapitate indigentes que son accesorios. That stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my money. So when Annie is mad and says, so I'm not gonna see what Ginny Gentile wore on her birthday in 2023. Porque she was the one that hired to be with him on her birthday. Sarah, did you see the dress? I heard it was like really pretty. And I didn't see what dress she wore, so I literally thought that earlier was gonna be posting. Like, look at what they do. Look how pretty that dress that she wore on my birthday with him. They're stupid. They're so gross. Ew. What else? I miss Lonnie on a hike with Jane and Kilani. Who's gifting me money? You can decapitate everyone that trafficked me into a homeless shelter just to call me an illegal prostitute. Now it's like, at least poor fight. What else? Eso no le pasa a mi jeva, que me maman el manual, dice Albert. No. What else? You can decapitate everyone that trafficked me into a homeless shelter. So I can't have sex. Trying to traffic me into a wheelchair, exhausted. Trying to bathe me and rape me. She's disgusting. And then she has the support of illegal prostitute, Margarito Apestoso, un cuero pendejo, porque that may be his name. And no Andrew or Alex or Albert or Anthony Capesano. Might as well. That fantasy of the two sisters washing each other's body. Oh, he's drugged me and has done that to me? Horrible. She thought that with that line she was gonna fool me. She tried that already decades ago. And be like, just because they were my Facebook friends doesn't mean that we're friends. What else? Con Alejandro, hable ayer y conmigo un ratito con Alex. Yeah, that's my friend. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. Son infantiles. ¿Qué tiene que ver el dinero con la amistad? Porque ella me quiere enseñar que ella y Richie Hill son amigos nada más. Y ella le mama el pene. Que ella y Jorge Avilés nada más y ella le mama el pene. Que ella y David Ledesma son amigos nada más y ella le mama el pene. Que ella y Santiago Lovelo son amigos nada más y ella le mama el pene. Que ella y Yandel son amigos nada más y ella le mama el pene. Oh, putipuerca asquerosa, Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo was possibly at an orgy that there was, and it was recorded, and they want to be like, what else are people going to go to an orgy to do? What else? Ellos van a buscar chisme o a tocarle la vagina a la gente a ver, esa la tenía seca, esa la tenía mojada, esa la tenía seca, esa la tenía mojada, menos seca, menos mojada. Eso parece. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. What else? What else? What else? What else? Don't asco. Ew, they're embarrassing. They think that I envy them because they're like animals on top of each other. I have better orgy as do too. It's called a Capri Sun. For both of you, I'm drinking water. I have some water with some infused with strawberries, and I have like excess of Capri Sun in the pantry. Porque they were like buy one and get the other one free. Sometimes I'm like I'm here. Oh, then I buy more than one flavor anyway, so at least like 3 alcohol to practice moderation. Ideally, they don't in one gauges. They don't grab the 3 as I mean. Marshmallow taste. I don't like it. It's weird. It's supposed to taste watery. What else? So they just grab like one that they like, and sometimes I put all 3 in the fridge. Because they take one to school too, so they go through those very quickly. I'm like, you had water infused with strawberry earlier, so I'm drinking this. I'm observing how you deal with your choice of Capri Sun. Taking in, they don't say top shelf. That is un cuento that I heard one of my relatives decades ago laugh. It's like these kids, you can't be like top shelf only, mother. Porque imagínate poner los Capri Sun en el top shelf de la nevera and the kid can't reach it. Ew, 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 ew. These people are so gross. They're disgusting. I wish Hobbit Express was gifting me money today. I'm bored. I am bored. Who's gifting me money today? How many people are watching this? 0. And one person is like this was. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? As long as it's not dating Kehlani. As to separate me from dating Kehlani. My family of origin does them. I'm guessing it was one of them that sent me that message. Que no se te olvide que Jessica Lorenzo me lo mama instead of you. His husband material, fuck buddy material, friend material, second cousin material is a nobody, a nothing material. He's deplorable. He's disgusting. Ew, Taro Taylor, una asquerosidad. No se sabe quedar callado. Ew. If he wanted that date with me so badly, he would have asked me out on it. He just wants my attention and took it off like, ella está detrás de mí y ella no me gusta. La que me gusta es la otra y por eso a esa es que la llevo a comer. And he thinks that I'm gonna fall for that shit? Ew. Anyways, I want to eat at Domingo restaurant here in San Antonio. What do they sell here? So interesting. Anyways, I could be with Dana Kanani somewhere. He wants to transfer my kids to someone that isn't their mom. As in, Arlene is a toddler menorita, que no me mama el pene y no es mujer. So he wants to illegally transfer my kids to someone that does suck his dick or entire lineage of hoes, asquerosidad de puta. There could be one or two that are like, why am I even here? Unaware of the situation. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. I've been saying that for years. You can decapitate me. How many times the sons that rape me? That's the only money that get in the way. We were saying that. I'm bored. Is it ignorance gonna kill them in self-defense? What else? There's tres colores. Oh, that sounds interesting. What does they have there? What else? What else? I'm bored. What else? What else? What else? I want to visit this area. What else? So Jair se casó con Ginny Jandalir y se la llevó para España while he me of starvation. Como él quería. El Alvarez. Who's gifting me money today? What else? They don't have goals for themselves. They make goals for other people's life. At one point, Ernie's gonna have to starve and suffer. Y yo me voy a llevar a mi Ginny Jandalir a España. Y vamos a vivir como si estuviéramos en vacaciones todo el tiempo mientras Arlene de hambre y así Ginny Jandalir debo estar contenta y mi pene se me para. Decades ago, I didn't think that they would go through with a hate crime towards me. They're stupid. They think that I look into their lives. España, what? Huh? I know nothing about her life. I don't know her. I don't want to get to know her either. To me, she's a terrorist, una asquerosidad. Look at me, pick me, don't leave me, I'll kill you. What else? They think that I'm gonna spend my time instead of seeking the death penalty for them. Same, pero. Jennifer Bonilla. Creo que Ginny Gentile está en España. Algo que publicó ella en social media. Es temporero, es permanente. Albert se fue a vivir con ella. Y no se casó conmigo. Todavía está alquila de prostituta ilegal, aunque él esté en España. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. I want to watch TV today. You can you can decapitate Jimmy and the ladies of the Sosaras. You can decapitate the Hamin Sosaras and the sons. They can date so that they can find the love of their lives with someone, and I'm not a man. Huh? Disgusting. They use illegal prostitutes and they think that then one is gonna marry him. Literally went through an entire noviazgo. People mock him. Era asquerosidad con Ginny Gentile, asquerosidad con Jennifer, con otra gente asquerosidad. And then went on, my brother screamed at me that I needed to visit her in esa casa que él tenía en el Bajío. Like, I don't want to see him. He's like, que vayas, kick me out of my own home with my parents. And I showed up. He's like, Arlene, do you want to marry me with a Catholic marriage? I'm like, what? ¿Este cree que yo estoy planificando la boda? Fuck. Ew, qué gente tan puerca. When I turned 18, he was crying. That, or whining, more specifically. That they didn't change. That they stayed illegal hookers. Deplorable, low quality, not ladies que le abren la pata por dinero y asquerosidad. And that he didn't date me. What else? 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 You can decapitate John Vargas, you can decapitate Amarili Gonzalez Soto, you can decapitate Jimmy Gentile, Lorenzo Suarez, you can decapitate the Senora Miriam Lorenzo, you can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo's sons that raped me, that steal my money, that get in the way of me saving money so I can't date while they're finding the perfect one for them while I die prematurely. And they enjoy that because ha ha ha, now there's one less woman in the planet and all that we're left is scumbags. What he thinks, but they can't all be scumbags even though I don't know them. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? There's how many billion people on the planet? They can't all be scumbags. I visited HEB and I got food, not shit, like they planned to. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Ate my salad with the fork the one time I had to eat with a spoon. Pero that may have been that there was no forks at HEB that day. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored, so there's possibly someone in my family of origin that says I hate to see her starve and her kids separated from her. Pero él se cree literalmente que Arlene está planeando una boda con él. Y Arlene lo que está buscando es the death penalty for him. So we need to pick her brain. And only through starvation, a woman will say, I wasn't even considering him. I wasn't even thinking about him ever. What else? What else? What else? What else? I didn't even remember his name. I saw them last year, Corazon de Center, Cam. What is it? Travis Park Church. Central Market, and Central Library. And I thought, oh, I think those are my second cousins. Deplorable, deplorable, deplorable. Anyways, I've been sending my GoFundMe campaign to people. What else? What else? What else? What else? Because I don't have money. What do all these people do? Call 911 first? Or fill out an FBI tip form? Say, first of all, there's someone very hungry on the internet. Angry that's been in the hospital several times. That's not normal. This is the United States. Who's the kidnapper? And that's why it takes a while. Because then they're shocked. They're like, how did she find me on Instagram? What else? What else? What else? What else? Is he after my money too? Her kidnapper, her kidnappers. What else? What else? What else? So that prima that wants Albert to know that I'm seeking the death penalty for him and not planning a wedding with him. Though I didn't respond that day when he asked me if I would marry him. Also wants to know people on Instagram, possibly as I share my GoFundMe campaign. That I'm just like picking randoms in no specific order of I think this was important, I think this one has more money, this one follows Chanel, definitely that one. Look at that specific prima has money that maybe even belongs to me and she doesn't use it just yet. Forget that. Remember how this is how it's trying to put me in a wheelchair to rape me. So those are the people that are like, if they even see me on a wheelchair, they're like rehabilitation clinic away from this, away from her parents' home, so these people can rape her. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They possibly know who those people are and terrorize their life, rape their kids. Porque they're like, esta es la prima buena de Lynn. Didn't that happen the restaurant decades ago? Without me saying anything. Or maybe I've said it to someone. I think that people are just gonna respect. They're like, esta es la prima buena de Lynn, este es el primo bueno de Lynn. Que si Lynn llega hasta ahí en silla de ruedas para que yo no la pueda violar. That's how they speak themselves. Tienen dinero para sacarla de una clínica o de un hospital y ponerla en una clínica y rehabilitarla right away. Away from us so we can rape her. Parece que quiere que yo le viole a la nena. Yo nunca, mira, a ti yo te respetaba. Then they retaliate. Then they're like, a ti yo te respetaba y a ti tú te respetaba, pero ahora you're messing with me, wanting to rape Arlene. So si yo me entero que tú la sacas de una clínica o antes de que la saques de una clínica, yo te voy a empezar a violar a tus nenes. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. And he thinks that I'm gonna take him out of date? Never. What else? What else? When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people, ideally polyamorous. I'm excited about that. Who's gifting? What is this? Oh. Not specifically, but I love painting. I want to. This is my GoFundMe campaign. I want to shop at H&M. I want to read a book in my apartment with there being electricity in it. What else? What else? What else? Lord. This is awesome. Who's gifting me money today? Who's gifting me money today? I think I have a home in Puerto Rico. I suffer from amnesia, so I'm not lying. But I don't have the key to it because these people steal it from me. So I'm gonna have to sue them when I'm financially stable or have the police mediate. So they steal my money. They've tried to get people to not give me money by saying she's has a home. Mira the title here. trying to kill me in retaliation for not having sex with them ever. They're stupid, they're so gross, they're deplorable. In the meantime, I was dating Escalani. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They try to make one look like a victim of fraud, but for someone that doesn't know one, they may believe them. Pero in general consensus, there's not one comment from people trying to stand up for them. They don't have to though either. That's not what I'm seeking. I'm seeking dollars. And trying to remember everything that I can of the abuse towards me in my early childhood and in my teens, so I can seek the death penalty for everyone that steals from me, everyone that stays in my homes without my permission, everyone that steals my vehicles, everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money, everyone that's raped me, everyone that's drugged me to rape me, everyone that's trying to traffic me into my parents' home, trying to rape me, everyone that's trying to traffic me onto a wheelchair, trying to get the fantasy of my sibling doing stuff besides on me. Esto da un asco. Es una basura, una asquerosidad. It's disgusting. So gross. Still, ew. Fuck, qué asco. Ew, 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 ew. Oh, that's a better write up for this. I wonder what I'll do on June 19, 2025. Does he celebrate himself on my birthday as if it is me? Because I've heard that he illegally prostitutes himself pretending to be me. What? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. What is this place? Oh, I want to visit several places. I want to stay around here, but not the Roya Isabela. Ooh, would be really nice. And then spend some time near La 110 and Hobos. How many restaurants has he founded in the past 30 years with the money that he steals from me to tell me that I can't eat at any and mock me? He's deplorable. It's just good. I have not on my back for like days. I wasn't on the 4 days anyways. What else? Christmas? Oh my lord. I don't want to be left. I need money for food and then I need money for food ASAP. Who's gifting me money? Ya me recordé de Ramden. Ya me recordé de Ramden. En el 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I didn't change the settings of Facebook to Spanish. They could have been just weird. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. So ya me recordé de Ramden. What else? 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 Is this my friend Mark Zuckerberg doing the change for me and say, you don't feel a hostage anymore? Carmenos Carrera was right. I mean, just for fun, just like Latin, I was some in English because I don't want to remember these people, primarily Spanish speakers. What else? 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 I have a babysitter on Facebook sometimes. I feel like that period of 24 hours in 2020 where I was blocked and I was getting kicked out of my apartment. I heard like that would happen if I hate crime is performed towards me. So I would at least gather some stuff, shower, and have some mental peace that I'm not alone. I didn't think that it would happen. So I even brought it up I'm like, oh, you're like mugging me and giving me a break to gather my thoughts and at least shower and get a few belongings for me to head to a homeless shelter somewhere. What else? What else? What else? What else? It gets hard to process that hate exists out there and that I need to be so direct, but I want to be direct. So in 2020, I'm like, I wish I could just spit all of this out. How disgusting these people are having raped me and gotten a hold of my nudes or my vagina picture. I'm the relative I also got raped by a relative possibly once, and we just laugh at them. It's like I'm gonna make you feel raped for stealing from me and staying in my homes without my permission and stealing my vehicles. ¿Quiere gato un bebé con una? Oh, and I'm like possibly the first, but or not like because that is normal self care to laugh if one is the victim. But or literally, I'm like the only one possibly in my family of origin that didn't seek anyone to laugh and be like on a Sunday while a football game is showing. In 2019, este tipo, este tipo un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. My dad said decades ago, don't rape her, don't go through with this hate crime towards her. She's gonna laugh at all of you and say, I thought they were poor. They're that the poor. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Jennifer Bonilla, get fakes having a relationship with David Ledesma. They asked me to have a baby in April. He's trying to take me hostage and make me miserable. Two. What is it? So I can't date, so I'm not happy. So he's like the only option available for people. It's disgusting. You can decapitate Richie Hill that steals my money, my portion of my money to date him. While he takes Roma Villancuero out and says that's my girl, away from the family of origin. DK loves me, doesn't even love himself. Then I took it for a spin. Well, he took Roma, possibly that day, on a spin in my Maserati all over San Antonio or Dallas, Texas, or Austin. And says that was me taking her for a spin. Didn't you see on Snapchat? What is their username on Snapchat? Stupid. And they all each add a different O to it. Stupid. 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 How many characters can there be? Feel it. They're like, ha ha ha. Ojalá que no le diga que sí a Richie. Puñeta, dame mi dinero already. And stop trying to be my grandma. So that I'm out with a real man. And you stop giving opportunity to someone disgusting as Richie that raped me and then mocks me in your presence. That he took Roma for a spin in my Maserati that he steals from me. Well, I don't have the money to date Richie. Porque Roma is the shorting orgasm, the hot girl in San Antonio, Texas. He's on TV. Who's gifting me money today? You're gonna copy the Richard Hill. Who steals from me, stays in my homes without my permission. Steals my money most likely as an adult. Does he not have the money to take me? My portion of the money. While I was in a homeless shelter. Oh, did he just blow the money and then showed up? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I am bored. Anyways, here right now. Well, he wants to laugh at the money that steals from me. He takes Jennifer Bonilla illegal come back to whatever to. Porque that's the woman que se la pasa todo el día. Pussy picture here. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Pestering 24/7. Se recuerden de ella todo el tiempo. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. He paid for them, Mia, but oh, that was so distasteful. Like, how do I get rid of him? Literally, his body. I thought he was his dad. What else? What else? What else? So when he showed up to a bus stop, like, I want this in writing. He's never gonna text. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What was it? Oh, here. Down to a dream of you eating salad so I can eat your ass. Oh, porque estoy gorda. Según él. Y Roma is like this skinny. Roma Villancuero que se hace pasar por mí. What? What else? What else? What else? What else? He blew the money to date me? Takes the screenshot. Or he wants to take me through the suffering of you have to be in the homeless shelter. I have to move there with you because he asked me, he's like, take me to Native Hub. Oh, did he die of starvation? Like, really having money? Sometimes I regret doing that. Or trying to do that. I just posted on Facebook. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. Like that day, I was really starving, and he couldn't PayPal me. I was near La Cantera on that day. He couldn't. What is there? I don't know YouTube. I think there's a something. There's a cheesecake factory. He couldn't PayPal me $150 for me to get Cheesecake Factory that day, a bus pass back to Haven for home, like an immediate need, and then go on to say, like, here, let's meet at this lawyer tomorrow. Here's the rest of your money. Have at it. Otro pendejo that steals my portion to date him and then goes on to say, mm, she's a bad wife. Someone to suck my dick, please. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. And what else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. What else? I'm bored. Oh, that's Mary. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Pandemic. What else? 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 Fun. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. Who's gifting me money today? Anyways, I wanted to visit the Hard Rock Cafe. They don't have money. He asked me to take a nap at a hotel. They don't have money. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Is he in jail for Hernando? When I see the police report, if not, option C. Just like my bra size right now, I think it is. What else? I'm bored. He wants me to see like the outings that he's had with Roma, like a catalog, and be like, yeah, I'll take that restaurant. I'll take, trying to imply that I'm okay with him having an illegal prostitute. They think they can avoid the police that way. You're stupid. What drugs is he on? Ecstasy for real? Oh, that was just me on top of his dick. It's like, I've heard someone ex. Pues, you're never gonna see again with how hungry I am. La quinta, really, bitch. When you have my money to date you, possibly. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Hey, hey, hey. No, que abrieron un restaurante. Mamá, este como mi primito, yo no sé dónde, tan bello. Mira qué lindo es, qué alto, wow, se pena. They restaurant opening, they're like, wow, these girls are like so late for opening. It's just a hurt. What else? So these are all the restaurant openers. Con el dinero que me roban. Trying to live the fantasy that there's so LA restaurant opening. What else? Como si el galeón no lo hubiesen abierto. O entonces algunos de ellos son tan deplorable that after they rape people there for a while. This too. Oh, I'd say this out loud to myself. I wouldn't ever board Jaden Kiloni with entonces. Then they wouldn't love me. They would be like, nena, cállate ya. You sound like el vocero. Oh, so to sustain or no. No, you love me. So continue to extend. I'm here for hours talking. So not to overwhelm Jaden Kiloni with all these leeches are gonna see what this steal from me. While they walk into my home, like I'm gonna kill them in self-defense today. The knives over there, maybe my bare hands. But my kids will understand when I say I'm a victim to them. What else? And she was illegally prostituting herself as me. What else? What else? What else? What else? So these hoes be there. Como si él fuera el main dish. Servir. It's a like restaurant for what is that? Is that Melrose Place? I don't think I remember a 902 like one scene whenever it was like restaurant opening. They're like, so what are you gonna wear? If they were genuine, but they aren't. They're like after people's nudes, kind of pictures, stealing from one, causing Santa Lanza para reírse de una. They're deplorable, so gross. They're embarrassing. Ew, 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 ew. Who's gifting me money today? Who's gifting me money today? Anyway, so that's what he's after. Like La Chica que le diga, there is a new restaurant being open to it. Chico que le diga, a un restaurant. They're like, what are we wearing? What are we doing? Not like I'm poor, I'm hungry, and I don't have any money for food. They're disgusting. Esa es la que quiere entrenar todos los chicos del FBI. Por eso que ella me robó mi dinero. This is the Globetrotter porque ellos se roban, me violaron en mi casa, se roban mi casa, se roban mi vehículo, and then went bragging into my menor que tú, we got it right with her. We have the perfect relationship. She's putting all the effort. She's been selling her embroidery, taking us on dates. We finally got it right. Didn't her mom sell her to them? She stated once. So she blames me. She's like, if you only you would have made that relationship happen, my mother wouldn't have sold me to them. Porque behind her, it's either a terrorist or someone that wants to be a woman and saying I'm with the wrong people. They bought me with the right amount of money to my mother. He could get it right. Or she's embarrassed porque ella se lo dijo a Carlitos Anthony Capizano ese. Deja de estar tratando de violarla porque ella va a decir un día en Facebook públicamente cuánto cruzaron el atendido con el dinero que le robó. Y él se cree. They don't understand anything. They don't understand social cues. They don't know how to gauge intelligence. They're that narcissistic, so gross. They think wishful thinking. If I say she's gonna change, she's gonna stay. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I am bored. He killed Claudia Nisa because Claudia Nisa shouldn't be talking about fashion if her home wasn't bigger than la Iglesia Católica de Puerto Rico. I wasn't going for this. And then I saw, I was just gonna type pandemic. That's me. Pero where have I been lately? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. So you can see. I don't know if she was just lying when she said that her mother sold her to this for herself. There's no hombre en la basura. What else? What else? What else? What else? Trendy Street fell into decline. I've been HEB. All this. What else? But a decline may not be a bad thing for some people. What was I saying? Oh, I took myself dancing and I took myself to there's still people to meet up and see. Even though Gen Z is dancing at home more and making use of routine allows work ideally, like your home, no matter the size, should be your castle or palace, whatever, should be safe. And then the places that are out and about are an extension of your human rights to attend. And also, there's people from the USDA that are like, tiki tiki tiki, guacha con que siembra y crea, blah blah blah, that don't have time at home, ironically, some of them, to be sewing their own dresses. So that's why there's just the population at North. That's why there's chilies after work. That's why there's what else? HEV, so they can grow their own food, or they don't want to use their billions for that. They can shop for food. But as an extension, a lot of people say, well, after I dance at home, I want to meet a guy or that guy that I met through Zoom. I'm going to take it out to dance. And they partake also into putting their money into the economy that way. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. Anyways, now that my presentation is over, should be just what else? What else? What else? This is when some people have joked that Mark Zuckerberg's spouse wouldn't have allowed me to tell anybody. It's like Gary has no pictures of it. He had it in. So that doesn't say anything about the quality of the relationship. It's like, why would he need to see it in pictures if he had it in front of him every day? Or what? What else? What else? What else? What else? So to travel. It was my money. I've been in the hospital about time too. Lines high five. Legend that they've abused him and doesn't even show up to get a therapist if you need it. But don't you even dare put it publicly that they caused you to be in a wheelchair decades ago, trying to kill you just for being Miss Goody Two Shoes or Mr. Goody Two Shoes. Who is this? SF SF Gate? No. What else? I'm bored, so this is either Claudia Risa could have had my money to date Richie. and didn't give me the money, waiting for me to kill Carlito. Porque Carlitos decades ago, the Anthony Capisano guy, that for me just thinking that Richie is cute, he would have a car run over Richie. So my mom is like, girl, 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 you're so weak. A ti te dice algo así, you just need to like kill it immediately. That won't rehabilitate himself. It's like it hasn't been like once he threatens you. It's been many, many times. And he stole your money. And he's your dad was. They think that because my parents weren't kicking him out of the home when he was raping him, that he was an invited guest after he left. Every time, for the most part, my parents called the police against him. He's deplorable, he's disgusting. Ew, 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 ew. The burden I carry, I don't want to have to carry ever. This is my child, even. Oh, what? Skills. I'm bored. I am bored. So, I has stolen money from me. Not that I didn't have money to date Richie. Aker may have been saying, well, she's so rich, AG. Why didn't she call me and say, I am my rich AG, give me some money that you have for my trust? So allá ahora están Aker y Gigi así. Traigan ropa de promoción. Disgusting. I just wanted his statement to produce two beautiful babies, and that's what I got. Pero he's no husband material to me porque no suelta ni un jodido peso trying to be my fucking grandma because I was missing a set of grandparents when I was growing up. And then behind the scenes, se la pasa Richie, te odio, it didn't work out with Arlene for me, you have all her money. It's like, te odio también. And they're like, bro, no, 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 whatever. Bros before hoes. Bring Gabby in. Pretending to be me. And people say, wow, these guys get laid. And orgies gone. Like him, Edgar and Roma, him, Gabby and Edgar. They're raping, they're loose. Like yo me atrevo a ponerme scam alert. Este tipo un puerco. What else? What else? And he thinks that I'm gonna pursue him. Ew, well, like before 2023, what was he doing between 2020 and 2023 when he found me on food stamps at HEB? Hey, God, te odio. Marisa, dale, 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 vente aquí, vente aquí. That rascal. They're deplorable. They're probably my son. Over me. It stays in my home without my permission and gets in the way of anything. I stay there real. Nearby restaurants, and I could get supplies to paint gradual watercolor. Or I'll order from Amazon or take it with me. Or head over to a school supply, maybe. Oh, but Walmart sometimes maybe may have those other palettes in the non-little kids section. I haven't been there in a while. So Crayola usually is like a staple that they all carry. So those. What else? What else? What else? What is on the Pueblo again? Else? What 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 else? So you can decapitate Richie Hill. That's really for forget that he was in my bedroom when I was a teen. He was 5 years old, and he said to this disgustingness, was it him? Let's pretend here on Evelyn's bed that we're kissing Evelyn, and they both were like, mwah, 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 mwah. Well, Alex was on top of me discussing birth control. And the three of them entered my bedroom. I didn't ask them to be there. I didn't invite them ever into my bedroom. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. And they think that I'm going to take them all. They never thought about Richie. I don't think ever of him existing. He's been dead to me. Ew, 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 ew. I got so many proposals that day at a social media event. What else? What else? What else? What else? They're not men. They're always looking after the next opening of a restaurant before this one closes. Oh, and this beef. I don't know if Richie does that, but this after rape so many people, it's like, yeah, that's el restaurante no sirve. It's like, so he's always after the opening of a restaurant, new people, opening of a restaurant, new people, opening of another restaurant, new people, because he's a porn and sex addict. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. So basically, he studied at Lay's in your restaurant. The time my restaurant's for. He's a rapist, murderer, and thief. Well, that's no telling. What else? What else? What else? It was just earlier. I'm heading there soon because I need to buy food and I don't have money to get back to my apartment. So I'm gonna ask the bus driver for a free ride on a bus for me to get to my apartment. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I want a tan and I don't have any money. What else? What else? You can decapitate Roma Villacuero, that really prostitutes herself. You can decapitate Jennifer Bonilla. You can decapitate Ginny Gentile. So Suarez. Does he say that's her best friend? You can decapitate Marilis Echevarria Gonzalez. They steal my money. They stay in my homes without my permission. They steal my vehicles. They get in the way of me receiving money, and then they rape my crushes, and my crushes aren't men. So they aren't worth pursuing ever. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm born. I'm bored. They thought that I would have a parade of hoes of like, look at what Andrew does with Richie in my home without my permission to be there. There were, yeah. Who is Honey Boo Boo after that character? I've heard. What else? What else? What else? Just a day ago. I don't. I think I watched the previews of this on the Discovery Channel, but I don't think I watched more than one episode just to see what it was about. It's called entertainment to me. Monotroll. Just 15 minutes today. Using the restroom and then soon heading over to HEB. I need food. I don't have money. My apartment is so clean. There's trash bags in it that I haven't had the energy to take out. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can work the cafeteria to heal the most likely. Stanley gets in the way of mercy and money. Love, and he looks like the better choice for people on Tinder. Very much possibly fits that type. You can decapitate my homies, artisans, the sons that rape me, that steal my money, that get in the way of me receiving money, that steal my homes, that steal my vehicles, so that they look like the most appropriate option for people to date. They're disgusting. They've been raping for more than 30 years. They're deplorable. They're disgusting. They're the worst one that in my life ever, not even as a second cousin.
The library will be closing in 30 minutes. The computers are shutting off in 20 minutes at 5:50. Tomorrow, the library is going to be open from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Please make your final selections if you plan on checking out, so please save your work. Thank you.
So I'm heading over to actually shopping for food in my Boston restaurant for food. One of us, well, he steals my, what is it, my Lexus RCF that I have in San Antonio. And is with Roma Villamporo, saying that this is something like that. And it's my personal vehicle that he shouldn't even have access to. Es un cuero asqueroso. I have no obligation to ever have sex with him. I have no obligation to pursue him. I have no obligation to talk to him ever. Es un cuerpo, una basura, una asquerosidad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very deplorable. So gross that people that try towards himself, and then tries to get me to get rid of them. Like, mátala tú. Si Roma Villancoro no te gusta, mátala tú. What else did you use on that? Because no te gusta, mátala tú. They're illegal prostitutes, so gross. And then he's whining. Ew, 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 ew. They're disgusting. They're embarrassing. What else? He steals my money so that his dad approves of him because I'm crying on the internet now. So. Es un puerco, es un viejo ya de cuántos, 58 years older than me. I'm 44. De 54 años llorando que él quiere la atención de su papá todo el tiempo. And laughing at me for me being poor and starving, crying every day on the internet that I don't have money to sustain myself and Jaden and Kehlani. Well, he's saying to his dad, te lo dije, te lo dije. I was gonna bully Arlie, robarle tanto dinero que Arlie está llorando en el internet que tiene hambre y no tiene dinero. Hombre, Arlie, hombre, Arlie. Dan asco, they're disgusting.